recognize some people. First ones are for Mariah and Jordan. They provided a lot of help. Let's go that way. Mariah setting up dinner and making sure that happened. Jordan helping shop and helping make sure I had a good regatta as a crew. So thank you very much. Next thank you is Carol and Slipper Shell Catering for providing some great food for us this weekend. You too. And as you can see, continue to deliver today. And Niantic Bay Yacht Club, you know, everybody at Niantic Bay was wonderful, from the people that moved boats out of the way and, you know, dealt with us blocking their opties and their 420, you know, activities and things like that. They were great. The race committee, led by our pro, Robert Austin LaFrance, they were just phenomenal. The number of boats that got recovered. Can you raise your hand if you capsized? Yeah, like there's half the room. Yay! So thank you for the mark. And I have a little, Robert, don't run away. So as appreciation, I've got this little plaque for Niantic Bay Yacht Club. So thank you, NYBC and pro Robert Austin LaFrance.
A lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
And to go out and set marks in Facebook in the rain. Always fun. So that's dedication. Next, thank you. Every single Buccaneer who helped, man, whenever I looked anywhere, people were helping hoist boats, chase this, whatever. I got asked about 100 times if I needed anything and needed help. So everybody, just give yourselves a round of applause for Okay, before we get to the racing awards, we have some other awards that we want to give out. One, and without tipping my hand too much, one is the highest performance by a Centurion crew. That's captain and crew over 100. And that would be John Weiss and Jay. Still looking good. Yeah, still looking good. The next one is sportsmanship, and partially due to things going on, boats breaking, boats flipping over, people needed help, needed parts, needed stuff, and this person stepped up. So no surprise, I think you may be getting sick of these, but Jimmy Yerko, sportsmanship. A runner, a kid, anytime anybody needs anything. Okay, the next two are what I'm calling Pirate Gold, and these are just recognitions of things that are representative of the class, making it just a great event or adding to the experience of the class. And this one goes to David Spira, who's wandering away. Oh! Yeah. And this is you know, one of the contributing factors, David helped obviously set up Niantic Bay and do that. The real thing that put him over the top was getting a great band for Thursday night.
Yeah, I want to echo what Scott said about this club. I enjoy being part of the community here, and I'm so happy that you all came. We had some wins.
We had wins. And the last one, again, this is just something that personally made my regatta shine a little bit more. And this one goes to Evan for stepping up to be an apprentice measurer.
Oh, yeah!
I've been doing this a long time now. So. Okay. Evan, before I should have remembered it, you have a few words to say about Dave Nickel, recognizing Dave?
So, as many of you know, unfortunately, we lost Dave Nichols this past summer, and so the reason I was interested to say a few words, my undergrad degree was in naval architecture, and I did work as a professional sailmaker back in high school, and especially as a Michigander growing up on the east side of Detroit, I was always extremely appreciative of the fact that we had a legitimate small boat shop in Michigan, and especially in Fenton/Flint area, which, as many of you know, is a pretty depressed area, especially after GM has pulled out of the factory. So, big picture, when I joined the class a few years back, sailing with Jimmy, and recognizing and knowing that the latest boat builder, except for Jimmy now, was out of Fenton, Michigan, just brought a smile to my face. And so I just want to ask for us to say just a moment of silence and a prayer, if you would like, for the Nichols family, and but just overall, just the amount of appreciation that we have for Mr. Nichols in terms of what he was able to do. Many of us got to see him last year at the 22 BNAC out at Park Lake. That was a particular awesome part for me, to actually meet the man who kept the class going and built Liz and I's boat. So just if you would, 2 seconds. Thank you. Appreciate it very much. And long story short, if you get a chance to send your regards to the Nichols family, highly suggest that and encourage it. But big picture for a man to put that amount of effort in, Jimmy and Chris are about to figure that out. It's just amazing for me, especially as a kid growing up sailing. This, like I've said before, is an amazing design, great group of people, and we're more than happy to be here. So thanks.
Okay. So now for the racing. I'm just going to read up from the bottom, starting with B fleet. So, and I didn't actually write the places down, so I'm just going to go in order. In last place, Steve Pick would not fade away. In next place, Lou Volk and Dave Spangler. In, yep, go ahead. Next, Dave Neely and Will Curtis. Next is Bob Dowling and Bernie Hare. In third place, Michael Aubrey and John Aubrey. In second place, we get into the money. So second place, Rachel Bach and Ed.
Remember tools to pick up a new hobby.
How many times have you sailed in that boat before the BNAC?
4.
That's pretty impressive. That's what G is about. And in first place, and banished, Al Wagner and Ryan Grasswell. There you go. And you get the perpetual trophy here. And you have to fill this all and drink it tonight.
To serve your friends, buy some local rum. Real McCoy. Congratulations.
Everything was great. It was really awesome. I had a blast. You guys are all awesome. Okay, now we move to A fleet, and we have a little bit of tradition. And I've been holding on to this jar of pickles for a year. In last place, Michael Burbaum, John Hammerslow.
Thank you, sir.
Good job. Next, we have Dave Johnson and Elaine Hunter. By the way, I didn't happen to recognize, all the people from Alaska, like, if you flew in, stand up and raise your hand. That's some dedication, and again, making the boats happen from other people, great. Next we have Ronnie Ashmore and David Ashmore. Next, Bruce Lee and Tony Chapman. And next we have Mike Sigmund and Ailey Krishbaugh. That doesn't seem right. It's gotta be, this says that I'm ahead of Evan, but I know that is incorrect, so I've gotta create that. It's gotta be me next, so that's Scott Laundrie and Jordan Laundrie. And then we had David Spira and Ty Whitman. And next we are into the money. So in 5th place, that would be Jennifer Marbert Miller and Scott Patterson. Thank you, and Grace Seleny. Oh, that was great.
John, you had a better Scott this year.
Yeah. It's undeniable. Yeah, absolutely. In 4th place, we have Steve Ryan and Gabe Black. In 3rd place, we have John Weiss and Jay Fote. In 2nd, we have Jimmy and Christy Yurko.
Want to stand next to Bob here. I just do want to say thanks again. Been to tons of regattas. This guy ran the tightest ship of any race committee I've seen in a really long time. Yep. Awesome job.
Can't do it without amazing people on the mark boats. These guys all race, they all know what it should look like, so I just give them hints and they just go do it, and they really deserve a huge hand because thank you, I'm glad you appreciate it.
And our BNAC 2023 champions are Jeff Neurotter and Heather Howard. You guys want to hold this for a picture? So you can pick which one you want to hold, but there's that. This is the cruise. This is the cruise trophy, the Dennis Montgomery cruise trophy.
I'm just gonna say, I never thought this was gonna happen. I have said for years that I just would never win this regatta. The first one I ever came to was in 2007. Haven't missed one since. And at that time, it was Spyro. And I looked up to him. He's done so much for this class, and I respect the heck out of you. And I really appreciate everything you've done. But unbeatable. And I remember the first time. Well, you had Dennis. And I remember the first time I beat him in a race, and then I beat him in a regatta, and I thought, okay, it's gonna happen. And then these guys from Wisconsin came along. Ed and John and their crews and all you guys, I love all you become great friends. And again, but I just never thought that would ever happen. Hunter Riddle in there occasionally, and I thought, who I race against all the time are the Yurkos, and in Big Breeze, just unbeatable. And I worked,
Clearly not.
we worked so hard for so long, and I think we worked together, pushing each other, so I never thought it was going to happen. It did. So, but I want to say, just keep at it. One of the things that I think is the greatest thing that I saw here was Ed and Trevor getting more boats out on the line this year, making the decision to split up and involve your families. That's what we need. We need more boats on the line. We need, I'll tell you, Heather and I actually didn't sail a lot this summer because I made the decision to just bring somebody new out every Wednesday. And that's what we need to do. We need more boats. We need to get more people, more boats. And so my challenge to you is don't sail with the same person all the time. Invite somebody new. Because I'll tell you already this summer, I've got a new Buccaneer. Somebody's interested in buying a Buccaneer. So we're going to have one more Buccaneer in our area. Just because I started getting her to come out and sail. And so that's my challenge. The last thing I'm going to say is I told John. Oh, there we go. I told John we had talked about Commodore and Vice Commodore, and I because I kind of said I'm happy being Vice Commodore, and so I told him whoever wins the regatta can be Commodore, and whoever second will be Vice Commodore, because I thought he'd beat me.
I didn't sign up for that.
So anyway, so I'm going to live up to that, and I'm going to. I know we stood up the other day, and he stood up for Commodore, and I stood up for Vice Commodore. We discussed it, and we're going to swap. So anyway. So I also want to thank the race committee, outstanding job. I want to thank Scott for everything you did, putting on a great event. It was outstanding. Thank you all for coming. It wouldn't be an event if we all didn't come. And I just wanted to save the best for last. Heather, you did an amazing job. Your dedication to crewing on this boat has been extraordinary. So you deserve it.
Hey, Heather, make a comment. You can say something. You're a winner.
Crew, we work so hard, right? And it's always as a team. But I would especially like to thank everyone who's mentored me, especially Jeff over the years. But I have to give a shout out to the female, warriors, within this class, because I actually joined the class 7 years ago this weekend. First time kind of in a buck at the interesting Solomon's BNAC in Hurricane Joaquin, not really knowing what I was doing. And I've just been mentored by Shannon and Christy and Jen and Liz and Nicole, who's not here, and now Rachel and everyone. And everyone's been so open about tips and help and the ability to kind of grow together and be stronger crew together. And so to all the crew out there, this was a really difficult weekend. But I took a little of your mentoring, all of you, throughout the years, and that's what I've been applying with what Jeff is also teaching me. And so I thank you all for helping me out, and I hope to do the same for you all one day. So thank you.
So I'm done. Awesome. Thank you all for coming and making the trips and spending the money and, eating the rain, all of that good stuff. It's wonderful to see you guys out. It was a great regatta. Thank you very much.
3 R's. Stop launching.
Okay. We're done. Somebody pour him a drink.